If they don't, they will be eliminated.
High pressure moments now. Sentinels in the lead after a 13-11 close affair on Sunset. However, as the desk was discussing, Bind not really high up in the wheelhouse of Sentinels, and these two have historically met here in much different circumstance and what feels like a million years ago. I mean, hell, TenZ was on Reyna, so take that how you want. But it has been played before, and that was 16-14, maybe fated for another close series. But Josh, where does your mind go to now seeing this?
When I look at this, I'm looking at Fnatic to be able to hone it in. Sunset, not one of their better maps. Sentinels coming into that game, understanding that they had something prepared. Here, this is a very structured, heavy, protocol-heavy map.
4 plays stacked towards A, the walk through shower. Dizzy to set it in motion and they take space. Exchange on the side, those Sentinels. Sussy maybe underestimating how many were there, and Fnatic have kept so many bodies on this site. Yeah, there's no way. Sen completely stunned by this. The only maybe silver lining is that Zeken's been let loose, but the spike has been left over towards A. Maybe if he'd had that, he could have maybe snuck away, but a 1v3 with a classic in hand. I mean, not out of the realms of reality for Zeken.
They know
position.
Roughly where he was. He got that kill with the paint shells. So, the reposition from Fnatic. They're moving away from showers. They're tripling up, making sure they go together. Durka, he's got paint shells. They got the spot as well.
Yeah, but it's still Zeken. A reposition and a body found.
That second kill gets him a refresh on his paint shells. He's got double satchel paint shells. The spike's not planted on his side of the box. And once Fnatic figure that out, but they need to get to it first.
Nothing short of brilliance demanded of Zeken here. A tap on the spike. And they're forced away, not achieving half. This is doable. It's not done yet. Chronicle keeps Fnatic in control here, but that very close.
Fnatic off to a good start again. Same thing that happened last game, but if I am going to learn anything from that last map of Sunset, it's that anything can happen and no round is safe to predict, because both these teams are capable with the amount of firepower on both teams that they're able to go pound for pound against each other. It really can come down either way in some of these clutch round moments. It's all about that start, getting those clean openings, that clean entry into the site. Sentinel's been walking into sites for free if Fnatic hasn't been doing these really good combos on them and getting the good read.
They're going to get a punish on this though. Stack towards showers this time. Early test on it. And they are going to be forced to fall back here. So all collected. Zeken actually going to be really close to that showstopper very early on. Only 3 away.
We'll be there pretty soon. One thing I do need to point out on this map is, you know, we look at Alpha on a map like Sunset on Breach. He's there setting up other players. He's not involved in the action, but here on Gecko, he's going to be involved in some of these fights. We saw him get the opening last round. Chronicle getting pushed back here. The A split's coming in. The smoke's going down. The spike trying to get planted.
Yeah, Sen pressing the issue. Plant going to come in and going for the showers plant here.
Spike planted.
Chronicle, this is so dangerous.
He's going to be overwhelmed. Surely he's dead. He is. Sentinels, you got pistols and you're making mountains out of molehills, and it might just work. Trying to
the orb.
Push this further though. Hero does get traded. TenZ still alive. This is still a threat. This is still a problem. Zelstis finds Alpha. Durka has to pick up the pieces, but time is ticking. Chonky T. I thought he might have had that there, but is a molly going to hit in time?
He hasn't even sent it yet.
He hasn't sent it through.
Right here.
There's no time.
This a missed opportunity. I thought that could have been done. I genuinely thought they were in for a shot on that.
This is what happens when you switch up compositions so frequently and you play maps so infrequently as well. Yeah. You don't have the deep knowledge about how you can use those agents. Yeah. Like when we talk about certain players on certain agents, we talk about like, oh yeah, they're on the agent, they're getting lots of kills, but do they actually know the agents inside and out? When you're switching through so many different agents, it's hard to know all the lineups across different agents for different positions. And that Brim Molly could have been a difference maker on that round.
It really could have, and he was in the right place for it.
Let's go. We won the round. Good job, guys.
Doug is like, don't worry, we won it. Let's just not think how we won it.
Rounds around.
Rounds around. Bonus now, feeling heavily invested behind.
Zeken won off his showstopper. That kill on Boaster and Hookah could be the difference maker.
Could be.
For the trap here.
Oh, a little dizzy sent through. Oh. Just the freebie.
Boaster.
Okay, Boaster, relax a little. Just fights breaking out across the map here. This is very, very staggered throughout. But you're looking at where the spike's going over towards B long. That is the vulnerable site here. That is where they should be heading.
Smoke.
Reading it correctly, Boaster doesn't have options now. He's committed to this position.
Smart smoke positions from the attackers
Double
here.
pump.
Oh.
Love that. I mean, if they've read it well, they've heard the TP.
It's just him with the spike, though. This is so dangerous for him if he gets caught out of position, but
High risk, high reward.
instead Alpha goes down.
So it's on Chronicle. So maybe buy time, make them work.
45
Make it
seconds.
not feel so easy. 40 seconds now. Boaster's trying to clear out towards that B site, but SEN are on the way. Smokes coming into play. That's all they had, opting towards heaven. So Chronicle now with a chance.
30 seconds
But the timing from Shower is pretty key, can't deny it. And John QT with the punish. Sentinels, beautiful play. High risk, high reward, and Boaster forced to save.
Not the end of the world for Team Fnatic. This was their bonus round. Not an issue at all to lose it. Sentinels, though, with 4 alive at the end of it, is a big pickup for them. Zekken as well as TenZ, they have their ultimates online for this first gun round that's going to be coming in here. And, I mean, Fnatic, they had a decent idea. They missed the timing on that Showers crunch. They had that second connection onto that hookah crunch as well, but Sentinel staying a step ahead of it, trying to do this weird TP back to Showers, then rotate back to short. So trying to do these mind games, and Sentinels is really good at those on-the-fly adjustments. Fnatic like those pre-planned start-around actions where if they have to pivot, it's not the best. A lot of back and forth and indecision, but Sentinels looking like they know exactly what they want to do when chaos starts happening.
Yeah. They truly do thrive. It's one of the most brilliant things to witness.
Yeah, I just lost my fight. I knew he was gonna be there.
Fine. I just think, I think you should just slow down, is what I'm saying. I think it's fine, but I think you just slow down.
Okay. Ease up a little bit. They've got some 2 big ults as well that if they do want to leave it later in the round potentially, they can lean on those to secure the space. And I'm seeing Bucky's coming out. We've got 1 on Gron, 1 on Alpha. So trying to make something out of this purchase. As I said, it was a very costly bonus they invested into, so suffering the consequences to that.
Another early stack for Fnatic, but they're going to peel away from this. Slow spread default from Sentinels, waiting to see what happens. Fnatic does, on a lot of maps, kind of push around, try to re-clear. We saw them pistol around as well. Through Showers, they went Alpha picking up that first kill on that push, but Sentinels, they waited long enough. They see nothing happening. They're moving towards B. They do have really good ultimates, and they've got that Brimstone. So they could ignore hookah, smoke it off, smoke off elbow, smoke off spawn, and do a full site hit with all these pieces of util that they can use, but already Fnatic's moving in here, and they've got the positioning. Durka's got a Vandal as well in the back of the site here, and a Paint Shells.
John QT trying to work up towards B long here. Already pressure on the side, but they haven't broken through by Octagon yet. Now they go. Zekken wants to find Durka, who quickly dodges, but it's John QT to land it. Boaster with the impact. Now down to Zekken and TenZ. And Zekken up above, flies through the air. But the ease is not there. It's all on TenZ in the 1v1. But where the hell is Chronicle? Even TenZ is unsure, but opts for a plant here, but he's only got a Bucky. How the hell is he meant to get in here now? Did he see him?
He's going for the jump spots, the silent ones too.
He's looking for him. Chronicle, has he made it down yet? I think he might have, just creeping ever closer. TenZ takes a look, takes a glance, and they pass each other, and it is all going to be down on timing. TenZ completely unaware. Spots a pixel and gets the body! TenZ holds for Sentinels! And we're tied up all even again.
That got so close. Fnatic had a really good read to get on that site. Boaster getting those first 2 kills, no less. But a big investment from Sentinels. It came down to TenZ with 49 HP and a 1v1 to close it out. Chronicle missing that timing ever so slightly, going through the middle of the tube instead of wrapping around. Could have found TenZ, and that could have been a round in the favor of Fnatic off the back of some low economy buy. And now, so many good ultimates as well for Fnatic as well to be able to swing things around. It's all on their game plan here, but setting up with the standard, going for that Showers control. Sentinels also spread default, trying to get a feel for the land. Right here, they don't really know exactly what is coming from Fnatic, whereas on Sunset, the last map, they knew exactly what Fnatic was doing and played them, pulled the strings like a puppet master.
Yeah, they have to be a little bit more, I guess, reactionary than instigating it in this regard. So I'm kind of curious how they approach it. And already, nice to see Tens picking up a little map one. I mean, he closed it with, finished with a flourish, absolutely. But it was, it was a slog of a game. Here, great start for him. Already probably going to be confident. Looking like he wants to be as involved as possible. And already, you heard it in the clip earlier there, well, the recording almost, of Zelsis saying, let's slow it down a little. And it was right call. It was like, second time of asking.
That was on Zekken trying to take that hookah fight when they spotted a lot of Fnatic players. So trying to make sure that they're grouped up a little bit. They know how much this map is going to mean. If they play this perfectly, then they have a chance to 2-0 this series. But Fnatic picking Bind for a reason. It's one of their stronger maps, right outside of Haven probably, and Lotus. Sentinels, it's all on them and their teamwork and staying together and staying calm, but 30 seconds left. They're going to have to commit at some point here. They've got Long B and Hookah. It's going to be a big execution.
And they don't have the ults to depend upon this time. It's tricky, and you've got Boaster in what feels like a risky position, but it might just work, especially with the smoke. They're none the wiser, but he still gets one. Trade comes in. Zekken trying to run rampant, but it's still going to be dealt with by Durka. Trying to secure the site. They can't. Durka on the back lines, keeping this in their hands. Time is now of the essence, and they've run out of it. The spike too far. This time, Fnatic hold.
A great defense from Fnatic there. Invested showstopper. Durka coming out of that spawn smoke, and Boaster with that first kill as well. You see that cosmetic stun on Durka on backside there. That's got to get Sentinels a little bit frustrated there. We're running out of that time, but we saw in Sunset how they kind of picked up the pace in a lot of these situations, went towards B quickly here. I think they're a little bit scared of going too quick here. We've seen Fnatic already set up a hookah crunch. They've set up a teleporter push from Long B into the showers area, so they're going to pump the brakes, call that timeout. This is the first one that they're going to use, round 6, and they're just going to talk about the situation, what they see, how Fnatic's setting up, and what pace they can use. The coaches get to come in from a third perspective and maybe chime in. We heard that Zelsa saying, don't, slow down, wait for us. I know, like, you knew where he was, but we got to do this together, basically.
The shining beacon of Sentinels there. But looking at the ults as well, they're one away, I think, from the orbital strike for Zelsis. They do have the Nightfall there as well, so they could maybe make up a couple of plans with those in mind for Sentinels. Obviously on the other side, Divide's come through already. One off from the Nightfall for Hero. They do have the Fish ult as well for Alpha. So a couple of big ults near on coming in. So I want to see what the game plan is coming out from Sentinels now. They've kind of, I guess, felt the tempo a little bit, right? They're starting to feel out the game. Feeling like maybe we're a little bit delayed in that previous one. Maybe getting a little fortunate in some way for Fnatic, but Dirk has been doing damage. You put him on the side like that, he's going to find his kills. So as it stands, I'm kind of just curious at this point, what is the game plan from Sentinels? How quickly can they adapt in a map that they're not so, I guess, comfortable on?
Instead of playing more reactionary, what it looks like they're doing at the moment, they could do something a little bit more proactive and stimulate things to start moving around a little bit more. Go a little bit more aggressive. You have the players to go for those fights. They're just afraid of those TP crunches. And as I say that,
that's the players. You've got them. Use them. Zekken and Sasi taking away Durka and Hero, their opposing numbers, and John QT closing in the net. Chronicle still going to do some damage. Oh, what is that? Oh, but he gets caught. Tens ain't gonna let that slip. Keeps it safe on the site. Backline fight as well. You gotta look at Zelsis, look at Alpha. That's closing in. They even get to know where Boaster is. Patience paying here. Zelsis waiting. Alpha caution being displayed. And it ain't clean enough. He does get away with it. But Zelsis gonna catch him and bring him back down to earth. But a 1v2 for Boaster. Position was considered, and he's dead and buried.
Beautiful double kill opening on showers to find that opening, that speed up that contact. Every round has been slow, it's been spread apart, and they've been using abilities to start clearing out these angles. Yes, they use a Prowler, but behind that, nothing else, no sounds at all, going in quietly. Chronicle saying like, hey, I played with Nats before, I know how to play this agent over here, short. But Dai is trying to get his Viper's Pit off, and that's going to be expended. He doesn't have that anymore for this next round, and they're going to have to go into an eco. So many good ultimates. It's a shame.
And take a look at the timeline, just briefly, before it goes away. Since we got to the gun rounds, SEN have been having impact. The scoreline a little bit hard to read into in moments. 3-3, you might think it's a bit more of an even affair, and the rounds have been close. But the swing is in, and Chronicle got to be cautious here. Caught by the seas, and the orbital strike, he's about to get away from it, fortunately for him. How much can they throw at one man? Chronicle, I don't know how you're even still alive. Surely dead now. He had the entirety of the team thrown at him. Site is under Sentinel's control, however.
It's going to be a tough one to break into. Yes, you got Spawn, you got Heaven, you got Showers, but all these smokes and pistols.
How are you meant to make your way through the mayhem? So much in their way, and again, the ult does find a target. You can see Sassy considering, does he fancy biting in on that, but no. Oh, okay. Alpha with a banger. Takes away Zekken. Divide gonna go through. TenZ leans forward. The Chosen One himself stands tall and holds the ground. Durka damage, he's dead. And now down a hero in a 1v3. And the time ain't on his side, and neither are the numbers. Sentinels, eyes on the prize today.
Couple of rounds back-to-back off the back of that timeout for Sentinels. Good value there. Wondering if Fnatic's going to take their turn to get a timeout and start swinging things around in their favor. Because right now, Sentinels just took the lead. Attacks out of Vine, and that's very scary. Another Cosmic Divide not being able to get any value. Sentinels, again, another quick game round there. Chronicle, he got Prowlered, he got seized.
Oh, there was nowhere to go.
Yeah,
there was nowhere.
Orbo Strike.
Yep.
Thrashed.
Wild. And do we get the brawl again?
Oh.
Okay, that's a different weapon there, though. No respect to it. They want to press the issue. Oh, that's why! Second, you are outrageous! And another potential victim. Heroes lucky to be breathing. Again, just onslaught after onslaught. Chronicle tries. Well, he still can only do so much. Hero has fallen. It's on Chronicle, Bosher, and Alpha, who are being absolutely stun-locked out of this game. The pace has been so oppressive from Sentinels. So well done. JongQT, never going to let the round slip, is he? Alpha is there, and the second for Alpha. Now down to a 3v2, but look who's creeping in. JongQT, the one to full stop the round, surely. How are they meant to do anything with this man's presence alone? The spike feeling inaccessible. And Sassy not giving them a fight. Trying to play to the timing. Chronicle pries him out, but the time is starting to tick. And JongQT knows it. He plays it to the second. He knows what to do.
And around the world, Flank catching Boaster before he could get that smoke off. He got the star down, but wasn't able to convert it. And Sentinels building on that lead right now. Fnatic still have their timeouts to start using. They're gonna pop it now, realizing what's happening. These Showers fights have been going in the favor of Sentinels these last few rounds. The AWP comes out for Team Fnatic to put a stop to it, but Zekken knows that pre-fire angle. I know you're going to be holding this. Hey, I've played Duelist before.
Bro, Alpha's tilted, boys. He's not even ulting.
Guess what?
3 rounds in a row.
Corner of the Showers, it's gone. As soon as he gets that kill, showstopper, we go out.
And this is the beauty of Sentinels, right? Let's take a moment here. This map isn't in their wheelhouse. It's not something they lean towards often. But they're the team of intangibles. They're hard to pin down as, you know, what makes it work. But then you'll have a round like that from Zekken. TenZ has been online the whole series. And it's rinse, repeat pressure towards A. Good calls, good tempos. You've got on it, like, everything is lining up for them. Now, Fnatic have slowed this down. They've gone for the pause here, Josh, because they can feel the momentum shift. And that's a scary thing when you're facing SEN. You don't want to let that momentum slip. So for Fnatic, they've got a couple of ults to play with, but they've lost a grip on the tempo of the game itself.
It's a big difference, actually, between Fnatic and Sentinels, is that when Sentinels is able to find that opening, they unleash. They go forwards, and you can barely put them on a leash to hold them back. Whereas Fnatic is more like, okay, let's wait for this next step. And right now, I mean, Sentinels, if you have those individuals and your entire style is that X factor, when you find these opportunities, your individuals can take control over this game. That's what they're doing right now, and Fnatic need to find a way to bite back. Standard setup again, no WAP in play, but these Showers fights have been going in the favor of Sentinels, and Sentinels I don't think are going to start shying away from it anytime soon. Prowler in the front, Mosh in the back.
Try and get a way out, but Zekken taking all the space. Again, they've won that, I guess, close site control. They've eyed up the A site, and again, rewarded for the util. They've worked this out. They've got a really good concept of how they want to take towards this site. Fnatic need an answer, Josh.
Thrash instantly as soon as he gets the plant. Nightfall and a fast retake.
Chronicle on the swing, and he hits! Knocking 3 of them out of the park, leaving just Sassy alive in a 1v5. This would be monumental.
Wait.
Oh my God, it's halfway though. He has to go, he has to swing, and he falls. A valiant attempt.
And Fnatic,
Christ!
they fight back though. They know, okay, we're gonna give you resistance, you can have this, we're gonna do our retakes. Try to hold against us. And Saucy, oh man, if he had any teammates left though, that spray transfer was great. Chronicle finding the first lineup off the back of that Nightfall as well. All of those targets softened up, half HP. Finding that, but again, it's such a still close scoreline, still in the favor of Sentinels, but their economy is actually getting really low. Fnatic can swing this around.
Anything could happen, anything can and will happen. First time we're seeing an early attempt towards Alpha though. Feeling the difference, peels away. Prowler comes in, notes nothing towards short.
They have that attack side Nightfall. If they get in the site, they have the Viper's Pit to lock down either elbow or spawn.
This Mosh should at least isolate the rest of the players away from Second, but they're completely unawares. Boaster
Durka, what?
just asleep at the wheel and Second just eviscerating them. He's the one to take this site. He's the one in control. And these are problems, these are issues, these are unmistakable. The only one to answer back so far is Chronicle. Zekken still stands, he still delivers. That's 3, 4 seconds. Outrageous impact, and he knows where Chronicle is. Zelsis.
No, no,
oh, Zelsis.
no.
Poetry in motion.
Zekken, earlier in the game, told to hold back, wait, slow down. But now, Zelsis is probably happy that he's running at them. That's back-to-back rounds, basically. Outshowers a couple rounds ago with that showstopper after getting that Durka kill through the wall. And here, just keeps pressing forwards and keeps them locked out of that choke point. Surprised that Durka actually tried to come through that smoke in that 4 versus 5. Fnatic gotta stick to their guns. Zelsis is trying to have a little bit too much fun, potentially.
The maniacal laugh there at the end. He's like an evil genius. 4 to 6. Alpha, the only one with the Vandal. And we have to say it, we have to state it. This could be the game starting to slip away. This is tournament life. This is what it comes down to, a historical matchup, to say the least. And as it stands, Fnatic are getting flashbacks. Speaking of flashes, you don't want to be saying that, but Chronicle does get a rifle. That's all the redeeming qualities here, as Sentinels control that B site perfectly. Maybe Hero now with the Vandal in hand can lead them back.
It's gonna be tough.
High Dizzy, it connects, doesn't find Hero. They read it well, but not well enough.
Hey.
Maybe a chance made. Zekken, the monster of those previous rounds, pops the ult. That is a warning signal, but Hero still drops the body. Fighting with everything they can. Oh, but Chronicle the time! It's gone, it's too late in the day. It's Sentinels making it up to 7.
When I see the rounds close out like that, you know it's clear as day Fnatic have it in them. They're not converting any of these situations right now. They're so good when they can get to the retakes, when they move together in tandem. But Sentinels right now, the first few rounds, feel it out, slow. As soon as they start hitting them back, it's all just unleashed.
Win or lose
from
with
there.
confidence.
Sentinels is running away with this game right now, and Fnatic need to find a way to put the brakes on them, stop them from getting away with just whatever it is Sentinels wants. It's A, 4 rounds in a row, they go B, it's easy, it's free, it's open.
Don't know if there is a way to stop this Sentinels team. Chronicle is trying. I think we can all say that. Fan of Fnatic or Sentinels, you got to say this man is scary. 14 to 6. He's found impact time and time again. This time trying to control one aspect of at least this A site. Durka allowed to focus towards Shower. Good shot. Zekken goes down, dulling the tip of the spear a touch. Sentinels still going to try and get the plant going here.
Spike planted.
That's in play.
They have that Molly also from that Brimstone. If he has a lineup for the spot, it could be free.
Could be, but it's pandemonium on the site and Tens wants in. Where the hell did that go? But Durka still gonna find it with a shorty. Chronicle still controlling. It's on Zelsis, it's on John QT. A clutch would be demanded. Oh, there's not much more he can do. Chronicle, this is the danger. This is the impact. If Fnatic aren't waking up, he will wake them up if he has to.
Gap closes 5-7. We're going into the second half. Fnatic need to find a way to equalize. That would be the second pistol of the half, though.
Switching sides.
And history demands this game was going to be close. It was going to be a great affair between the two of them. And 5-7, we are on the money for this to be a memorable moment for both sides.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Roll your minds back. Iceland, Reykjavik, the first time they truly met, not earlier in the competition, the one that mattered, the one that set these two teams on such different trajectories. Sentinels went to the stars. Impenetrable, perfect, looked outrageously good. Fnatic fell to pieces off the back of one singular flash that set everything into motion. Now they stand at a 5-7, a close game, anyone's game, but the way SEN got to 7, Josh, has got to have Fnatic on the ropes.
Fnatic started out that first map, Sunset. They got the pistol, they converted all the way through, and ended up closing that half out actually 8-4. And Sentinels crawling it back in that second half. But here, Fnatic with that pistol and that second round conversion only end with 5. They're on the back foot. And this game so far has been Fnatic stealing those first few rounds away, Sentinels getting a feel for the land, and then going unleashed. And right now, with the scoreline in the favor of Sentinels at the moment, that is a scary prospect, because if they are feeling good, they're going to be in Fnatic's faces and not letting Fnatic get away with any of these plans. The one saving grace is Fnatic like to start a little bit slow, feel out what's going on, and deny any of these aggression. So if Sentinels gets caught by it, it's going to be dangerous.
Just heads up, in case you're wondering. Got to get one in the game. Got to get one. Classic, no, isn't an air issue. Hopefully that'll be resolved quickly. Looking down the stage, who's done it? Is it Boaster? No? Don't know. Come on, can't tell. It's Hero? Looks like Hero. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be fixed up soon. You can kind of see it being fixed live on the screens. But bigger picture, can Sentinels do the same sort of thing now on the side switch? You know, it's harder to maybe determine the pace and be as bullish in approach. They were really headstrong with how they were approaching. They get that pick, they just flood the site there. They're aggressive. But can you do that as much here? Does Fnatic now have an opportunity to turn that tide?
Before the map started, basically, we're talking about, you know, Fnatic on Vine, how good they look. They ran it in EMEA. We haven't really seen so much of it from the side of Sentinels, and we're thinking, oh, this should be a shoe-in. It should be easy. Is this the start of a curse? We'll see soon, I guess. As long as Chronicle and Alpha remain seated. The seatbelt light is on. Do not get up.
Chronicle just told him to sit down. It did work. I mean, you can't, like, for some reason, Chronicle just has this, like, mad aura, though, that you just don't want to, like, if he just tells you no, it's like, fair enough. Cool. But still, it is such an interesting matchup stylistically. Hopefully the issues will be resolved soon. Looking like everything's getting better. Hero, I think, is probably testing it out. Looking sorted. We'll let you know as soon as. Yeah, I think we're good to go, ladies and gents. So let's focus back up. Eyes on the prize. 5-7. Tournament life is on the line between two titans here. Historical matchup. the origins of the NA-EU battle between the two regions. And as it stands, NA is leading. Map 1 in the bag, half in their side. Now, Fnatic, have you got what it takes to answer back? We find out as we start. And I asked if aggression could work. Instead of trying it. Try and fail! Chronicle, that's why you respect him. When he tells you to sit down, you sit down. 2 already to kick things off. And instantly Sen have to fall away from that.
Sit down or I'll bury you, basically. He puts him down. 5 alive for Fnatic. And they put the brakes on. That smoke is making them second guess themselves, but also when they let the round develop like this, Sentinels, they can't play spread apart. If they do, then it's going to be 5 versus 2 or 5 versus 1. So they're going to get a little bit sweaty here.
I would say, though, with John QT and that Sheriff, there's still like high levels that this could go any which way. It's certainly not on one path yet. But they've navigated past him, at least for the initial contact. He could still create a little bit of a crossfire, maybe with Zelsis here, or does he play it a little bit late? Options are plenty.
Only 2 stars available for Boaster. He needs to pick which 2 spots he wants to lock out. Hookah and Spawn and Alpha finds that pick. John QT sits in Hookah, but locked out for another 10 seconds here before he can get into the action. And in a 2 versus 5, your options are limited. You have to hope that Fnatic actually make a mistake, slip up here, but the way they've been playing this round so far doesn't look like it's going to be coming into play.
No, it's very, very tricky to find impact now. The unoccupied space feels so obvious. Boaster probably going to get contact. Beautiful! John QT, yeah, give him a wave. Give him a wave. But anymore, if you're Fnatic, you take the round, you don't care about the kill. And the time ticking fast enough now. They're going to be looking to give this up to the spike.
A lesson learned for Boaster there. When you do these jump spots, you have to make sure that when you do it, you make noise landing, they're going to go on that timing that they hear you land. Yep. You're going to go ramp up for that next jump. They're going to pre-aim your head. You have to switch it up. Sometimes you do the silent jiggle. Sometimes you do the jump jiggle. Sometimes
he was just practicing on behavior.
Oh, true. Actually, true. At least he didn't make contact with a brick wall there. True.
I mean, you could call John QT the brick wall of that shot, couldn't you? Just, oof. But it's the first round for Fnatic. Scoreline, 1 step closer. Just classics. I hate saying just classics.
Just classics. Just the free weapon.
I hate it. I know.
But is it the Sentinels bundle classic? Oh, yeah, they all got him.
Oh? Just chilling. And away we go.
Fnatic creeping up that long B line. Chronicle holding this A push by himself.
Oh, Chron.
Just the ghost. If he does go down. Oh, man.
That was so nasty.
I think everyone pulled the trigger at the exact same time.
There was no way out. Okay, do we go?
An atomic clock on that.
Do we go for the firing squad? I'm still a little nervous here. Okay, Durka. He's going to alleviate my worries. But oh dear. Hey guys, free weapons.
1 enemy remaining.
Don't know why I'm doing horse impressions, but I'm getting nervous, is all I'm saying here. John QT, as I said, they made something out of this round. They've cost them a fair bit here. I think that's at least... Okay, that's a Bulldog lost, maybe. Boaster looking to... Run, please, just run. We don't want another jump spot incident. John QT just wants to die peacefully, all right? He's happy to give that up. And that was with just classics.
That was just... I understand why Durka's out there. He's trying to get
everyone got it.
He's trying to get his ultimate orbs. He's trying to get to that showstopper a little bit quicker. Once he goes down, though, Alpha, he's got that Phantom. He's trying to tap away at that, but you can't do that with that many bullets. The reset time, the bullets just go out of control. Fnatic, they got their Vandals up. They got the Phantoms up. They're ready to go into this first gun round. On their attack side, Sentinels trying to put a stop to it here. Firing squad of their own here. High-low, waiting for someone to just peek around the corner, say, what's over here? Is it going to be Chronicle with his wall? But no, he's over towards B, and Hero, he'll probably use a Prowler before he decides to show his face.
Hopefully for his sake. and quiet across the map. Just a smoke, a prowler here and there, but no contact made, and Sentinels being kept safe by a jump spot and a high-low setup for now. Fnatic starting to lean heavily towards this A site. Zekken waiting and seeing nothing. Chronicle's got to be very careful here.
They found out the setup. They had that showers control. The smokes were down. Now they get to leave Boaster there. Come back to short A. It's going to be a quad peek.
Oh, left, right, and he's dead! Overwhelmed Delsis! He's playing it as late as he can there, trying to invest the molly, but they can walk ahead of it. They can get ahead of that, and they do, but Delsis still amongst all of the maelstrom, still here. Also trying to watch between the smokes, between the spam. The plant is in. Hero gets
solo, but he's alive.
Ult coming in. That's a problem. Gets handled well. They're just on that verge now. The Sentinels play this forward, but they flood the site. They're down low on HP. They're running low on players. And they're running low on time. Another Prowler in. They're not getting what they want. There's no access here. It's time to back away and save the weapons.
Another big conversion from Fnatic here. Taking their time, making sure they strike at the perfect moment. But off the back of these pistols, that's the only thing that's kept them in the game so far. Sentinels has had a better overall control of the game. Here, slipping up one time isn't going to be the difference maker. But they need to be able to bounce back and respond to Fnatic's execution here. A great way, taking showers, baiting out that molly, then shifting back to short A and peeking all together, catching this high-low setup. It's good to pick off a straggler, maybe if it's Chronicle alone, but not when 4 people come. It's a jet dash position,
Yeah.
not a raise whatever.
Yeah, harder to make it work, but 3 in a row now for Fnatic, and by hook or by crook, they've got there. It hasn't, it's felt really damn close though, but it's been enough that's put them now in the lead here. Taking the reins back a touch. We were questioning how would Sentinels suit this side? Would it be harder for them to find that profound aggression that was working really well? And they've been trying it, but it's not finding the same reward.
4-man stack on A, looking to fight showers. Pushed off, Tens down really low, only 41 HP remaining. But so many pieces of util to push them off between the Prowlers, the Boombot, the Paint Shells. Dizzy goes in, recall is smart. But a 4-man reclear potentially from Sentinels here.
Yeah, gonna go back in for the fight. Alpha takes down one, but it's traded out. The Dizzy does well. And Tens claims Durka. This is good. This is a man to Sentinels this time. Shower control regathered. But Fnatic still have 50 seconds to try and paint the picture they want to, but that spike is a problem.
It's going to be so difficult to recover this. They do have stars on Astra. They can use these abilities to flush them out. Also, a Molotov from that Viper can clear out certain corners, but this crossfire from Heaven,
It's John QT. His positioning has been outstanding, genuinely, and his timing on the util, again, solidifying the safety of that spike.
The smoke's going to fade away in 5 seconds as well. He needs to re-smoke this if they want a chance.
20 seconds,
Molly.
the molly now. This is so well done. They are just suffocating Fnatic out of this round. And you talk about his positioning, John QT. He is hard to pin down. He's outrageously good at what he does.
10 seconds
And he
left.
reappears at the right time. The spike's still firmly in hand. He tries to make it costly, but Fnatic will have to let this one slip. Sentinels with the right fight in the right place at the right time.
Fnatic give up another round, but Sentinels, it was expensive for them at the end there. Losing those last 2 players, John QT in Heaven as well. It's just not good enough. It needs to be a little bit more clean if they want to be able to get this comeback, but I like what they're doing. They're pressing forward, so when Fnatic is doing their methodical approach to everything, this is kind of what I alluded to before, is that a lot of what they do, it's strong because it works well, but it's telegraphed. So if someone's trying to defend against it by themselves, they'll get taken out. But when there's 4 people swinging in there off the back of a wingman waddling in their faces, they'll win those duels, get that spike down, and convert around.
Silence shown towards A, but it's pressure on B.
It's a lot of strength towards A, and right now, nothing to connect in that hookah trap through the teleporter. This is going to be a free sight for Fnatic here. 5 versus 5 retake potentially coming out. Tens has a thrash they could utilize, but they need more spaces to come out of right now. They're looking to do a TP play and come from hookah and spawn at the same time, but There's so many players here, and Tens goes down.
But a quick trade, Zekken gonna keep it in hand. 4v4, but the time on their side. And Chronicle closing in. The man has been a nightmare incarnate. Hero finds John QT, pressure on CT, and Chronicle step by step getting closer. The inevitable death looking like it's likely. And Chronicle, he sees it all, and he takes down one, spots another with Durka. It's perfect from Fnatic.
Fnatic doing such a good job, a switch up, going B instead of A. Sentinels with a hard read. They're trying to do these mind games. It was working so well for them on Sunset, but here, not getting the right beat, and Fnatic take a round and potentially getting close to swinging the game in their favor. They have that lead now, finally 9-8, but did they do enough damage on that other round to put Sentinels on an eco round here? Because if that's the case, the momentum is also in the favor of Fnatic, and Sentinels maybe don't stand up.
Let's see. Sheriffs, light shields.
It's a save. It's a swing round.
Yeah. Nice.
Five-man B-stack. Will they assume that the last two players are also in hookah? They're waiting for it, expecting it.
Yeah, they know it. They've read it. Closer collects on towards John QT and Zelsis. I mean, he does like that classic. I think I've heard a couple of things about that.
Yeah.
But what are you meant to do with it here? Nah, not this time. Chronicle, good for it. It's 10, double digits. And maybe map 3 now becomes a reality. It's not over by any means. Sentinels still with plenty of chances. But you look at the run of rounds. The 3 initial for Fnatic. The answer back on the 16th. And now 2 back to back. This is where the game starts slipping away from SEN. We were question marking this half specifically. They're struggling here.
I'm wondering when that timeout comes in for Sentinels, because if another round goes in the favor of Fnatic, they might be letting it go too long. But opt out for Tens on that Gecko. He's going to get that showers line. Again, Fnatic switching it up, going towards B. They love switching up their game plan a few rounds into the game when they think that they've been figured out, or after they got the value out of what they wanted to do. Stay a step ahead of their opponents. Sentinels on that back foot, but Tens taking this deep line. He's going deeper and deeper, assuring his teammates, hey, it's going to be B again potentially, but they keep 2 players here. They have that showstopper on Zekken, so if it is a B hit, especially if it's through hookah, they can connect that way, through short, through that teleporter.
Ooh, but damage. Alpha, he's a lucky
1
boy.
HP.
Once the decay goes, he'll go back up, but not by much. I mean, 26, he's still the walking wounded.
1 shot distance.
And where do they decide to stick the landing? Tens getting curious.
He's got all the info in the world that he needs to reassure his teammates about B, and Zekken's already on that site. He's got that showstopper, but this teleport back to... Oh my god,
yeah.
It's going to be a teleport back to
is.
A. They're going to catch Tens with his pants down.
But it's still Tens, and when he's there, my mind will still always question mark it. Give us the eyes on him, let's see what the Chosen One can do. Good for 1, no more to be done. The Wonder Kid takes over.
That's a big
takes
volley
over
timing.
showers, but the Hero's ahead of it. He gets to slip the net. He gets to get the plant. So the time isn't the problem here. 3 players already on this side. Zekken pops the ult. Oh, Booster gets splattered against the wall. A 3v4 in favor to SEN. Alpha down low does have his ult. The Prowler doesn't quite make it. But Sassy aware, Chronicle, the final boss of Fnatic, is still standing. Supported by the young gun Hero, but they are in problems. They are in trouble. The tap on the spike should draw the reaction. John QT finds Hero, and Chronicle's fallen. Sentinels stay in the game.
Ever so slightly, Fnatic's plan there actually was so good. It worked. Tens can't get away. He's on Gecko, not Jet. He gets taken out, but yeah, just coming out of heaven, Zekken, he's got that showstopper, and when Zekken sees blood, he is chasing people like a shark. He is in there. He is not afraid to take those fights and swing the round. We look at Sentinels, we look at X Factor players.
Let's stay in it, boys. No tilt, only vibes, logic.
Don't tilt, only vibes, logic.
I like that.
Inspirational. We should get that on like a t-shirt, a mug. Like,
yeah, we got merch. SEN, get on it. For now, though, Operator still in play for Tens. Still going to see the actually Viper's Pit there for John QT. 1 away from Sassy's ult. On the other side, Fish ult there for Alpha. We got some bits on the horizon. This could get really messy. And Zekken freed up a touch. You see the switch up of position as well. Zelsis taken over towards Showers. Tens on the longer line over towards Heaven, allowing Faith in the 3 to stay here. The test of the execution now for Fnatic.
A big paint shell placement, Thrash available as well. Dizzy just before that as well. It looks like Alpha's setting up a mosh for that long B control so that they can take it at the same time as they can explode on the site. That Viper wall, it's going to be going down soon. He doesn't have enough remaining on it. That paint shell from Zekken, though, could be a huge timing.
Could be. Waiting for the 50-second goer. It looks like it's in now. The Dizzy goes through. The ult comes in. Zekken falls as opposed to finds him. Alpha going to note the follow-up as well. That's going to be Sussy seen. Held up and denied. The ult then got popped by John QT, who's the one who could maybe stop it all. He takes away Durka and he plays towards the site. Plants in play, and Hero has none of it, leaving Tens and Zelsu with no options. Time to save. 11 carved into the board for Fnatic.
Once they see this, all their pieces fall apart, they go for that save. They have that op still. It's not getting any value, though. Fnatic's been going B, going B, going B. Time for Sentinels to try to get ahead of what Fnatic's doing. Because right now, Fnatic, if you give them long B, you give them hookah, they execute. There's no way you're holding that. It's not possible. You need to fight them at the choke points. We saw that when Sentinels fought them at Showers. But have they fought them at long B yet? No. Have they fought them in hookah yet? Not really.
So what's that thing, though? It feels like when the second Tens moves, they're going to go back towards that A hit. Yep. It's so hard to find that rhythm to the game.
When you do that switch up in Sentinels, they had those reads, but so far it's been Fnatic's game. They've been staying a step ahead.
Send timeout, do you reckon?
It needs to come because we were talking about it. If it didn't come last round, 11 rounds for Fnatic, and here it comes out. And they usually do well. Their adjustments are good after they get that timeout. They won the last one. They got a couple of rounds in a row off the back of it, actually. So if they're able to get a couple of rounds off the back of this timeout here, talk about not only this round, but also what you're going to do after. Because surely you have to switch something up. But again, when you see a timeout from your opponent, you switch things up yourself. You're trying to anticipate what their adjustment's going to be, if they're going to go fast, slow, are they going to get in your faces, where's that op going to go, and you try to do some sort of baked-in misdirection. We saw that on Sunset from Fnatic. We saw them trying to fake towards B, go A, especially towards the later part of the game after everything was, you know, towards B main. But right now, it's anyone's guess.
It is. It's been 2 rounds this half that have gone towards Sentinels. The rest, for Fnatics. It's been a incredible map from Chronicle. You've got Durka there as well. Everyone kind of doing what they need to. Zekken, can't take it away from him either. He has been impactful, but this half has been hard. Now, where do they bring the operator now? In the hands of Tens, it makes its way towards B. But, as of course we know, the logic dictates, the second you rotate, they're going the other way.
This is going to be tough if Fnatic do a little bit of misdirection, use that Prowler or Haunt towards Hookah, try to make it seem like it might be a B hit again. But then quickly pivot back towards A. Tens not in the equation again.
But I liked that they were trying to sell the same start, at least, to try and kind of show off that it still might be this B play. But the fact that he's so far down B long, now they know what's going on. The divide, that insult to injury, and Durka dives head first. Oh, it's gorgeous! Durka conquering the entirety of the side. But do they know about Zelsis? Well, Zelsis, what are we going to do now? A chance at glory, and he gets none. Alpha ensures safety. Make sure that the plant comes down. Never off guard duty, and Chronicle the closer. And Tens, this is a hard game to play when you feel like this. You're never in the right place, never at the right time. And Zekken, you got to back away. These weapons are so valuable. 12 is surely here for Fnatic.
The double-edged sword of a timeout coming out. And Sentinels, oh, you try to move, you try to stay a step ahead of your opponents, but Fnatic, they've had the read on this game. They're showing why they picked Bind. They're showing why it's one of their, you know, probably higher of the middle of the pack maps for them.
But it only takes a moment. We've seen it before. Zekken playing with Durka at this point, it feels like. But that's the operator gone. So actually that's going to be quite interesting for the economy. I want to see what happens to this. Fnatic, 1 away now. This half has been beautiful from them. I think it would be a disservice to not say that. Sitting on 12 here, the 9 Sentinels are trying to stay in this, and they've made a damn good go of it, don't get me wrong, but 2 rounds is not enough, simply put. But Sentinels, the ones who you know, somehow the intangible. Yeah, it's definitely not Prius. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, good work. Yeah. But genuinely, I want a third. I think anyone wants a third between these two, and we are set up for it. It takes one more round and we're there. Or is there resilience? Is there resistance? Can SEN pull this back from the brink? And it looks like this is what it comes down to. Durka, his name up in lights. And Fnatic looking to rebound after the arduous map 1. Bind looking like it's going to be in their hands. John QT and Zelsys with a lot of work to do, Josh.
That showstopper with Durka as well. As soon as they start inching up, it's going to be all over. Durka already opened up the round with 2.
Durka wants this done. Takes another. It's all on Zelsys, and it's over. Map 3 is unlocked. This historied head-to-head deserves it. We wanted the entirety to be played out, and we will. Fnatic with a lifeline. Lotus on the horizon. You don't want to miss it.